Hey, this is V at Drama Milk, and I'm going to give a quick recap of what happened in episode 9 of True Beauty. And I want to say I'm pretty happy that a good amount of our guesses came out right. Not completely right, but we were on the right track. Okay, in episode 9 of True Beauty, we start off at the kiss at the end of the episode. Suho and Ju-kyung really are enjoying their kiss, except Ju-kyung pushes him away really quickly and then bolts. She just takes off running. He's like, what's going on? So he takes off running to go get her. They stop at the well. She's just like, is this really happening? Is this a dream? What's going on? Is this hidden cameras? He's like, none of that is true. I just like you. He gives her the necklace that he's been holding that whole last episode, puts it around her neck, and they both just have this really adorable moment where they both say that they like each other. Because she also says, yes, I like you too. I dream about you at night. The first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is think of you. But then she's like, oh my God. And she takes off running again. But by this point, he's like, okay, he'll let her run away this time. She runs back to the picnic area, sees Soo-jin, immediately says Soo-jin and wants to tell her the happy news. However, Soo-jin's like, who are you? Because she doesn't have her makeup on. So Ju-kyung's like, oh my God. Goes weak in the knees, and Soo-jin basically has to hold her because she just collapses. They sit outside, and Ju-kyung confesses that this is how her skin normally looks. She was bullied a lot, so she started wearing makeup, and now people want to be her friend really easily. Soo-jin is super cool with it. She's like, that's super cool. Let's hide you in my jacket to get you back to our tent. So they go back to the tent. Ju-kyung's happy. Suho's happy. They text back and forth. The next day at school, however, Ju-kyung is completely avoiding Suho. Not just avoiding him, actively making it a point for him not to be around her. So whenever he sits next to her, she's like, I'm done eating. Or whenever he gives her something, she's just like, I don't want this, don't give it to me. And she's just yelling at him a lot. The whole, not the whole school, but Taehoon thinks this is horrible. Oh, you didn't get a chance to confess to her. This is so bad. Ju-kyung sends Suho a text. That's a text you have to decipher because she basically says, I don't like you, you're a douchebag, go away from me. But if you read the first letter of each text, it says, meet me at the trash burning place. They meet at the trash burning place, and she tells him, sorry, acting so weird around you, but there's this rumor that some bullies will beat up whoever Suho likes. So that's why I'm acting like this. We see a cute cartoon of that happening. So he's like, okay, I get it. I don't think that's going to happen, but all right, I understand. They go on their first date together, which is at the mall, it kind of looks like. Ju-kyung wants to know if there are any other students around. Previously, we thought it was the teacher, but she asked if there's any other students around. He's like, no other students. They go, start having their cute date, but then one of the students shows up. And this student is An Hyung-gyu. An Hyung-gyu shows up with a few of the other guys from school, sees Ju-kyung, doesn't see Suho. Suho has to hide under the table. Ju-kyung basically forces him to hide under the table. But the funny thing is, Hyun-gyu notices some guy hiding under the table and is like, all right, I see that you're dating someone and he doesn't want to meet us right now, so we'll just leave you two on your date. And he goes off with his friends. But the next day, he tells every single person at school that Ju-kyung has a boyfriend. Everybody's like, what? Ju-kyung has a boyfriend? Who's this boyfriend? Taehoon is just so sad for Suho. And it's like, oh, see, I told you should have confessed to her. Suho is secretly happy. Ju-kyung and Suho start texting back and forth in class. Suho asked her for the picture they took on the boat. Ju-kyung sent it to him, but he never gets it. So he's like, what happened to the picture? She realizes she accidentally sent it to An Hyung-gyu, the guy who outed her as having a boyfriend from her date. So she's flipping out. She has to steal Hyung-gyu's phone away from him, figure out his password, and erase the message. But when she does that, Soo-jun sees the picture on the phone and realizes, oh wow, Suho and Ju-kyung are dating now. And of course, he looks daggers at Suho. After school, Suho and Ju-kyung just walk hand in hand home. They think they can have a date at the comic shop. However, they can't date at the comic shop because Go-woon is there, who is Soo-jun's little sister. So they're like, oh man, even the one place that we can normally hang at together, we can't hang at anymore. So they both go their separate ways at home, and they try to think about how they can hang out again later. That night, Ju-kyung goes home and starts trying to fill out the form she got from school, which is talking about what she wants to be in life and like what college she wants to go to, what she would like her career to be. It must have taken her all night to fill this out because the next day at school, she is super sleepy, just clonked out on her bed, sleeping. Soo-jin asks Suha, wow, why is she so sleepy? Goes in to kind of mess with her and wake her up, but sees her necklace. Soo-jin remembers this necklace as the necklace that Suho was wearing. She freezes, goes to the bathroom, starts washing her hands frantically in that way that she does when things are out of her control, and thinks back to the high school trip where Suho was looking for Ju-kyung. Ju-kyung was holding Suho's jacket, like that whole thing. So now she realizes, wow, maybe they're dating. And it does not look like she likes that. I hope she doesn't turn evil because she's one of my favorites. Ju-kyung realizes that in order to get into these beauty programs that she's thinking of going to, she needs money. So she starts hunting for a part-time job. But all the part-time jobs are like, no, you need more experience before we can hire you. She goes to the bathroom after going to one of the part-time jobs, accidentally runs into Sojin there. Sojin is like, what are you doing in the bathroom? And she's like, I'm in the girls' bathroom. What are you doing in the girls' bathroom? He realizes he's in the girls' bathroom and quickly leaves. But he was there because he was changing his clothes for this photo shoot that he's in. The director sees Ju-kyung and thinks, hey, Soo-jin, is this your girlfriend? Soo-jin is like, no, it's not my girlfriend. In fact, why doesn't she just go home already? He is just super wanting her to leave, but the director wants her to stay. So the director puts Ju-kyung into the photo shoot. Ju-kyung's really horrible, but in an adorable way. Soo-jin is just like, why can't she just go home? The director tells Soo-jin, you need to help her out because you were super bad when you first started too. I like how this is going. The director thinks Soo-jin is just hungry, so he leaves to go get something to eat. This allows Ju-kyung and Soo-jin to chat while on the couch, and this also makes him like lean into her and ask her if she thinks that he's a man, if she sees him as a man. She's like, of course you're a man. What else would you be? Ha 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 ha. The director comes back, sees them in this position and thinks, this is great. He immediately starts taking photos of them. So Soo-jin says, all right, I want this photo shoot to be over as quickly as possible. So he pulls Ju-kyung to him and they start posing really close together to take these photos. He leans her over on the couch again to take photos. You can see Ju-kyung being like, wow, he's kind of really close to me and he's making my heart beat a little bit too much. But Ju-kyung is not into Soo-jin. She's into Suho. One of the cute scenes that's in this episode is that Ju-kyung gets into a mini fight with her mom because her mom gives her little brother money to go to like a math academy or something. Ju-kyung wants her mom to give her money. Her mom's like, if you go to a math academy, I'll give you money. But she's not about to give her money to go to a beauty school. Ju-kyung gets all upset, calls Suho, they talk, they end up going to Judo, where Suho is. They have this cute Judo match where if Ju-kyung can flip Suho onto the ground, he'll answer one of her wishes. She tries to do it, she's horrible. Finally, they end up falling on the ground together with Suho protecting Ju-kyung's head. She pushes him off, and that's technically her pushing him onto the ground. So he says he'll grant one of her wishes. She whispers into his ear what she wants, and she basically tells him that she changed his name to boyfriend in her phone. So he changes her name to girlfriend in his phone. They both go outside. A bus splashes them with water. Soo-jin is across the street and sees it, of course, which sends her deeper into the dark side. You can just see her dark side meter rising through this episode. Hopefully she doesn't go all the way to the dark side. But anyway, they're all wet now, so they go to Suho's place to change. One thing I did not mention this episode is that Ju-kyung's father is trying to get the money back from the man who took all their money. He gets a text from someone saying, the person you're looking for is in Jeju Island. So he leaves his family a note saying he's going to Jeju Island to find this person to get his money back. However, the person who sent him the message was another con man, ends up taking all of the father's money. Suho sees the father out and about and invites him back to his place just to spend the night there one night. And then the next day he said he's going to tell Ju-kyung that the father is still in Seoul. So it's kind of a cute moment that the father and Suho have together because the father acts like Suho's pseudo-father in this situation. The problem is the father hasn't left yet. He was supposed to have already left, but he's still in the house. So when Suho takes Ju-kyung to the house, she changes clothes into Suho's clothing. The father is passed out in the back somewhere because he drank a full bottle of hard liquor. Yes, high school kids just keep hard liquor in their house. Drank a full bottle of hard liquor, passed out, wakes up right when Suho and Ju-kyung are there. Suho and Ju-kyung have this really nice moment where he takes Ju-kyung into the secret room, confides in her that his friend who died taught him how to make music, like instrumental music. The song they played, he actually wrote the instrumental music part of the song, and his friend wrote the lyrics for it. He plays a little bit of it for her, but Ju-kyung's stomach starts to growl, so he says, okay, we'll get pizza. They get pizza, and they decide to watch a horror movie. By now, the father has been trying to sneak out of the house. He's hiding under the couch. They watch this horror movie. Suho is super scared. This is in the webcomic. He's super scared, leans over, clutches onto Ju-kyung. They have this moment where their faces are really close together. So he leans in and kisses her. The father thinks, oh, wow, Suho is kind of a playboy. But then he sees that the girl he's kissing is his daughter. The father grabs Suho's ankle. They all think it's like a horror guy grabbing their ankle. They both hop up and run off. Suho stays to kind of try to fight whoever this person is. The father hops up. So Suho's like, oh. But then Ju-kyung comes out and clangs a pot over the father's head. He passes out. And that's how the episode ends. Okay. A lot happens, but not much happens. The biggest thing that I was curious about was, what happened to this dream sequence that we were all wondering about? They did not have that this episode, the dream sequence. The one where Suho yells at Ju-kyung that they're going to break up. We think, like a lot of people in the comments, and I also think that it was just a dream sequence of Ju-kyung's insecurities coming out in that moment. But they didn't have it. They did have the scene where Suho saves Soo-jin from the motorcycle coming out. That scene was with Suho's family and Soo-jin's family go out to eat together. You can tell from their interactions that Soo-jin's family is not a good family, you could say. They talk badly about Suho's family when Suho isn't there, when the family isn't there. But as soon as the family shows up, they just speak all glowing happiness things about the family. So Soo-jin's family is a bit two-faced. Soo-jin does not look like she likes this about her family. Her father also was like talking a bunch of smack about Soo-jin while Soo-jin was at the dinner table. This made Suho angry. So he told Soo-jin that they're leaving, and he pulled Soo-jin away to just go somewhere by themselves. They go to a cafe and they end up chatting a little bit. Afterwards, Suho and Soo-jin walk off together, and this is when he saves her from the motorcycle. But it's truly just a moment, and he walks off. He tells her goodnight and just walks off. But you can tell that Soo-jin is starting to really like him. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know. Another thing I didn't mention in the recap is that Suho arranged for Ju-kyung to meet her idol, Selena, who's the makeup person. They met after their failed date. So Ju-kyung meets her idol and then meets her idol at like a makeup exhibit. So there's a lot of other people there. And she even wins a prize for answering a question right. Later on, she accidentally sees the idol, her makeup idol, in the bathroom. At first, the idol looks like she is a mean person, but then we see that she's not actually a mean person. She's just really particular with makeup. So she gives Ju-kyung some tips on how to put on her lipstick a little bit better in order for it to look a certain way that the makeup idol likes. And then she tells her that she is doing a much better job putting on makeup than the idol Selena did when she was her age, and that she's doing a really good job. And fighting, keep at it. Which makes Ju-kyung really happy, which also spurs Ju-kyung on to think, maybe I can do this for a living. So that scene was pretty important. But that's the end of this episode. We're going to work on the preview, and hopefully we'll get that up today. Leave a comment. Let us know how you like this episode, and if they tricked us with not having the scene where Suho breaks up, or if you think it's going to be in tomorrow's episode, which it could be. All right. Catch y'all on the next episode.